this year's Open champion. 2 major victories in the space of 14 months, and now for the first time a Ryder Cup player as well.
Yeah, this should be a great golf course for Collin Morikawa. He's arguably the best iron player in the world, and this is very much an iron player's golf course.
The Americans will have a putt there, though, to win that second hole. Meanwhile, Morikawa to win the first.
Really a good look here. Going slightly back up the hill, but shouldn't be a whole lot of movement in this putt.
To be fair, that looked a great stroke for the first green of a Ryder Cup. What a stroke that was. Positive, believing, very, very good.
Yeah, it's by far the weakest part of his game is putting. He's had a lot of different putting strokes, and if he's going to putt like that, look out.
Right edge of the stairs. Yeah, it's going to choke down cut. Choke down cut. 254 front.
254 front, 261 hole for Morikawa.
Sit. Sit. Fight. Fight. Sit.
If you're going to leave it anywhere, it's probably about the best place you can do. Is going to chip straight up the green there.
Morikawa at the third.
Go. Go.
Yeah, good shot on line. It's just going to keep trickling off that slope, getting better and better and better.
And it's what, 12 feet maybe for Collin Morikawa.
I would say pretty much right on that. Actually, pretty much the last third of the putt that he just saw. You can see JJ just kind of indicating a point in the putt. He wants to try to roll it over, but after the tee shot, Morikawa flipping it back in the fairway, and then DJ with a pretty good shot to this point. This would be a pretty good halve. Certainly has all the looks of maybe just peeling just ever so slightly to his right.
There you go. One up for the Europeans. Losing the first hole a little bit.
Well, pretty much the same shot for Morikawa. Saw exactly how the ball reacted on the green.
A more aggressive swing there from Morikawa, and then hence the more spin. Excellent shot. Morikawa. I always feel with him, it's not a question if it's on line, it's a question if he's got the distance. It's just
this needed, though, to tie the hole for Collin Morikawa.
Well, maybe just off center at most. Well, this had flipped the outcome. Wow.
Well, isn't that some kind of fall? Well left off the tee. Kept themselves in it the whole way.
Just missed out on his landing spot a little bit here. You could see the blade wide open. Try to go for something high and soft. It was actually very inviting.
So just a moment ago, Morikawa now.
Good lie, uphill lie, not much green to work with, but easy to throw it up in the air. Brilliant shot from the Open champion.
It's even inside Team Europe.
It's the one you want when you have a chance to go 3 up in the match. Almost perfectly straight.
Words not often spoken at the 12th. This to win the hole for Collin Morikawa. Huge. Three birdies in a row.
Losing 3 and 2 with Morikawa's second shot on the par 5.
Absolutely launched that up there. And such a reliable second shot player finds the green. That might force the issue in that match.
Dip level when it's pretty short, but to win like this, no, this is one you have to putt out to win the match here.
Absolutely. You got to ask that question. There's no reason. You got to expect as a professional golfer, you got to hold every putt. Excellent performance by Dustin Johnson and Collin Morikawa. They win 3 and 2. It's 1-1 on the board.
Representing the United States of America, Collin Morikawa.
A Ryder Cup rookie, but hardly in many ways is he. 2 major championship victories in the space of 14 months. One of the brightest young prospects in the game, no doubt about that. And not much seems to faze Collin Morikawa.
The referee for this match is Jose Maria Zamora.
There'll be another big cheer here as Morikawa steps up for this birdie putt to take he and Johnson 1 up.
I think the Europeans just testing the nerves here, the morning nerves. There shouldn't really be any problem for Morikawa.
And isn't. It is the perfect start for the United States.
The second game did reach.
Well, this one better not get there then, Jay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I should say the top game they reached the front edge of the green. That's a long way to hit it in 2 shots in this temperature.
Yeah, it is. But they do hit it a long way, these boys. He was...
Well, no birdie at the second for the Europeans, Casey and Hatton. So Collin Morikawa with a chance to take the US 2 up in this match through 2 holes.
And really in the perfect position. Shouldn't be much break putting away from the lake, so typically that's uphill. . hold the putt at the first, but it was so close it wasn't really tested.
They find another one. So far, so good for the United States. And there are a few of those at Whistling Straits.
There are. The par threes, I think, seem to be the most so. I mean, they've really, Pete Dye really took advantage of the terrain that he created. I mean, let's face it, it's nothing natural here. It was flat. It was a runway.
Well, the lake is natural.
The lake, but as far as, you know, the rolling of the hills, the downslopes, elevated tees, all man-made.
Yeah, it is all man-made, and one of the things here that a lot of people don't know about is that when he created all these mounds, to create them, he brought in all these old railway carriages, and he buried them in and then pushed the sand up around them, and that's how he really maintained that ground so it can hold. So there's all sorts of things buried in the ground out here to keep the dunes where they're supposed to be. It's just going to trickle up the front. And that's another one of those. That's not very nice. That's pretty much where Sergio was, but he was unfortunately there for two.
Morikawa at the fifth.
Yeah, that's perfect. Absolute perfect. Be on a little bit of an upslope.
Morikawa with America's third shot. USA in good shape.
Second shot for Collin Morikawa at 6.
You can see he's trying to hit this as high as he possibly can to get rid of the hotness from the rough. Still wasn't enough. It just stays there on the fringe against that little color again.
Finishing on those two guys at the bottom. Yeah, I like that bunker right there. We're on the same page.
So the ever reliable iron play of Morikawa next to go.
Mostly up to left, a little bit of help.
This is also a player that's going to like this shot here on this par 3, working it from left to right, using the wind, using that open space on the left. That looks right in the heart of the grain. It's a perfect shot with the Europeans in trouble on the right.
Yeah, you feel like Paul Casey's hit a lot of good putts these first 2 days, but just nothing is going in really, and that's you sometimes have weeks like that.
I think it's down to how difficult these greens are to read.
So this putt for the win for Collin Morikawa to extend their lead.
Don't really expect anything else from Collin Morikawa.
Second shot for Collin Morikawa at 8. The Europeans in trouble. They keep the pedal down.
Hey, bro, you gotta pay attention.
Another fabulous iron shot from Morikawa. A little bit of green to work with, but not exactly the ideal spot. Meanwhile, up ahead at 9 with the biggest lead of the day, Morikawa.
That's as far offline as Collin Morikawa hit shots. That's a chance for Morikawa on 9 to stretch the lead to 5. He's left it short in line. Can't believe it.
Up to 10, Morikawa's second shot.
Look like he's got the lie, he's got the upslope. It's the only way he can get it close to full swing. He's done that really well. I've seen loads of guys play the 10th hole that way. This is very makeable for Morikawa. This is as easy as a putt as it's going to come on this green. Just maybe a little bit of movement, but you can be very aggressive with this. Europeans putting down the green, so we'll just have to trickle it down.
Key point in the match. Did you get the feeling if Morikawa can pop this one in, there really isn't any way back for the Europeans. Approximate 3 over par. The European pairing here. The Americans 3 under.
Not really worth watching this from Morikawa. Left to right. Dog leg. Always going to be in play.
That was a short while ago. And this is live with Morikawa to win the hole.
That's going to leave an awkward little left to right.
Now Morikawa with a difficult little shot here.
Yeah, this is all about the lie. It's got a lie. It's not too difficult if it's played as well. Beautifully played. Got the blade in under the ball well.
Morikawa from a tough spot here at 16.
Just scampered through that bunker up into that long grass, the drive of Dustin Johnson, which he thought would be fine. Good recovery at least. It will be a putt to win the match to come in the opening game. Back to Collin Morikawa, birdie putt with the Europeans still not on the green.
Quick one here from Morikawa. He slides that pass. There's work left right there. Nothing will be given away. They're 2 up.
After just getting the lead for the first time in that match, they're certainly throwing some hammer blows out there. Meanwhile, up ahead at 17, Collin Morikawa.
Shouldn't really do anything spectacular on this par 3. I mean, you're 2 up, 2 holes to go. You just find the green, anywhere halfway up the green. And that's your mission done. It's coming from the right. Finds the middle of it. That's 10 out of 10 from Morikawa.
Yeah, it's best shot we've seen.
A little downhiller, like Jay said, right to left, to win the match for Collin Morikawa.
This is every bit of 4 feet, if not closer to 5. It's easily nearly 2 paces. And that would be about 6 feet. He's holed some big putts this year. He was amazing at the Open Championship with the putter. He's been good yesterday and so far today.
As for the first point on the board for the morning for the US side. They've done it again. Zero surprises here. Seeing this match up again and up from this morning's win, from yesterday's win. They're looking to go 3 from 3.
I'm just amazed of how metronomical
Now on the
this
tee,
Collin
representing
Morikawa
the
is.
United States of America, Dustin Johnson.
It's down to Morikawa.
Nice judgment from Collin Morikawa. With what's mostly going to be a birdie for the American pair.
Oh, it is refreshing now that you mention it. To 3 and Collin Morikawa. You really just want to land this about, I think, 15 yards short of the pin, let the green do the work. Or you could do that. Throw it all the way back. Gosh, that sat down quickly.
He's got such a neutral ball flight. I mean, he's probably one of the shots that we've seen on that third hole that moved the least in the air.
Another chance for the Americans to win this third hole.
Had a good look at what Rory McIlroy's putt was doing, so he knows what to do. And that's really funny because that went left, which is not what Rory's putt did.
This sets up really well for Morikawa. He likes to play it left to right. He'll set it up just inside those junipers to the left.
Still a bit blustery from the left-hand side, the RBC wind graphics.
Might just be sneaking. No, this is brilliant. Excellent. What a shot is this?
He's been known to hit a good driver on a par 4.
Yes. How good is this? What a goal shot.
Not quite as good as the one at Harding Park.
Not quite, but it's up there though.
So down to the 7th tee with Collin Morikawa. Nico Colsaert's back in the commentary box alongside Thomas Bjorn and myself.
Morikawa going in, trying to find that pin on the right. I think we've seen a lot of balls right of that pin location at the back, right of that green.
This to win the hole at 7 to move 2 up for Johnson and Morikawa.
He's been so solid, Morikawa, on the greens. Every time he's had a chance since yesterday, he's taken it. And they go 2 up. You can hear the crowd.
So this is down on the right-hand side, and it's been impressive from Ryder Cup rookies, as you can see there. Tommy Fleetwood won his first 3 matches. Collin Morikawa trying to do that as well. Not a bad list to be a part of, those names.
Well, this is tricky. It's about 50 bunkers you've got to get over on the way up to the green there. He's hit some golf shot there. I think he just expected it to fly a little bit more, and then he would have trickled down the green. But an excellent golf shot.
So down with Morikawa. Lengthy one here. It doesn't have to be overly aggressive with it. Anything inside a couple of feet would presumably be pretty good.
He's done incredibly well with that wind whipping from behind him. That's a really good result. He's been really good on the greens, Morikawa.
This for par to win the hole for Collin Morikawa at the 8th. After the troubles of Poulter and McIlroy, again, he's steady. Hasn't made a bogey all day long. He's not going to start now, and they go 3 up through 8. .177 left for Morikawa at 9.
Morikawa.
Much closer. Tougher to get spin on this with the wind off the left. See him take it way outside the line, cut across it. They've got a bookshelf of those textbooks.
That was a much more difficult shot than what Poulter had, because he was so close to the green and he couldn't see the hole. He was below the level. Morikawa up the hill, left to right. Wind there, and another good shot.
And Collin Morikawa has a chance to win the hole here at 11. And this would take the final match to 4 up in favour of the United States.
Yeah, it's kind of been the thing for this European team. They're more hoping than actually making their own luck. And hoping the America's going to miss. And they haven't been doing that. It really was. Dustin Johnson got off to a great start. So just see the double screen here. It's Hovland for birdie on 12 in the top left-hand corner. Not to be. Not to be for Morikawa either.
Opportunity knocks here for Collin Morikawa to win the 12th, for the United States to go 4 up in this bottom match.
Well, he gave that a good go, didn't he? A little bit of a quick right hand there, and then races by on quick greens. So, I mean, this would be a, you know, this gives hope to these two. I mean, they're 3 down. You can't just give away things. You've got to give yourself opportunities.
I'd give it to Dom, but I'd never give it to you. I'd feel sorry for Dom.
Yeah, but I would never play with you, so you'll never have the opportunity.
Morikawa at 14.
Yeah, he's looking straight at this one. He should be dancing around the hole. He's been excellent with his wedges this week. And another excellent wedge shot from Morikawa. Time and time again, when the Europeans hit a good shot, he has answered it.
Morikawa for birdie at the 14th. Poulter's in there close for birdie as well.
Just doesn't put a foot wrong, doesn't he? He's been so impressive.
Morikawa with an awkward stance at the 15th.
He'll be doing well to get this on the green. Wind coming off the right, ball below his feet. Oh, that is a phenomenal shot from the Open champion. Will it hold on to the back 30? It will.
But let's head up to the bottom match, and Collin Morikawa with a birdie putt. That's big for Johnson and Morikawa. Remember, 3 up. McIlroy, we're hearing, still has a birdie putt there to tie the hole.
McIlroy has to make the birdie putt to.
This is Collin Morikawa. Ball above his feet at the first.
Well, that's a situation where he was short-sided and you know, coming out of the rough. Looked like he had a reasonable lie.
Back to the first, the par putt for Morikawa.
I'm sure Hovland's putt will be given. Yep, it is. Unforced error from Morikawa at the first.
Well, he still has a putt there, doesn't he, to win that hole, but he's been forced to make the putt. Morikawa at 3, birdie putt. That's more like it from the Open champion. 2 down through the first couple of holes to Victor Hovland, who's also got a birdie putt to tie that hole and remain 2 up.
Up to Morikawa at 4.
Really short tee shot here, left himself a long way in, ball above his feet.
Hovland a good 40 yards in front of him.
Excellent shot from that position. Wow, and an aggressive line.
He's in trouble, he's 3 down.
Morikawa here after that long second shot. Never had the right line, but good weight.
McIlroy with a putt to tie. Back to 5, third shot Morikawa after the troubles of Victor Hovland. Doesn't need to do much here to secure the win.
Yeah, the only thing you had to do was not bring the water into play, really.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, don't hit this thin, we've got it.
Morikawa with a little chip on 6. This is probably the best easy angle to come with. And that was almost a 2. Came with a bit of pace, though. I didn't really think that that had a chance, but we've seen those fall.
As we go to the 7th, and Collin Morikawa.
Go. Go.
He didn't quite catch all of it. He gets a nice little kick forward. Haven't seen too many of those at the 7th. What a lovely shot. How in tune he is with his iron plate to feel that 5-yard difference or so.
Head back to number 7 and Morikawa.
Putt for birdie here. And you can see there's just 2 competing slopes. Again, it happens a lot at Whistling Straits. You need to pay attention to the valleys. And this golf course just ahead of him is a little upslope, but the second half of this putt will get dragged down to the right.
What's your initial gut? Are you left of center to start? I was fractionally, but no, I still like just left of center. I think it's going to stay fairly straight to the first one.
Fairly straight for the first part. That's what he sees anyway.
To win the hole.
And Collin Morikawa doubles his advantage over Norway's Victor Hovland. What a great run from that man there, the Open champion. 4 holes in a row. He has won to go from 1 down to 2 up. Morikawa for birdie at the 8th.
Everyone's going to expect that to pick up pace toward the end. It looks as though it's going to go over a shelf.
Morikawa for the tie at 8. No problem at all. Confidently struck, so he stays 2 up on Victor Hovland. Back to 9, Collin Morikawa with a birdie putt.
That took off.
Yeah, that's a disappointing feeling as a golfer. You think, oh, this might go in, and then you think, oh, there's one coming back.
Morikawa at 9 for the tie.
Yeah, you could see the worry in his eyes, really, when he saw the first one go by. He straight away starts thinking about it. You know, that's the one thing in golf.
This for birdie for Morikawa.
Yeah, this is to win the hole. Somebody described him as not the best putter in the world, but he's a great big-time putter.
That's a really valid point. This week he's putted like he did at the Open. He looked invincible on the greens. After 4 birdies in the last 5 holes for the American. Collin Morikawa. You can see the birdie marker to come as well for Victor Hovland, not far off this line.
He's trying to come back. Victor says that's good. Morikawa on the par 3. 12th hole. That's pretty good. Right over the flat stick. The little spin control. Morikawa for the birdie on 12 with Hovland close. And another lip found. It stays out.
Morikawa for birdie. Got a nice match going, these two. Oh, lovely roll that was. Beautiful strike. There really isn't many better iron players in the world than this guy. He was sensational at the Open Championship. It was one of the most remarkable performances, I thought, the way he went about his business on that Sunday. And he's carried his golf into this. He's to be around for a long, long time. Anthony, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, it's going one way, Thomas, isn't it? Ball above his feet for Morikawa. His back pin location, got to be mindful going long. Should be looking just short right of this.
Ooh, an uncharacteristic mistake.
Nearly got me.
Well, it was a poor second shot. Anthony, what kind of lie does he have out there?
Yeah, it really was. Poor shot. Pulled it, gone long. He's actually sitting on top of the clump of grass. It's actually not too bad. He's got about 15 feet of green, pretty much uphill all the way. So this is pretty doable. It's just all about how it comes out. Come on, Hawks.
Yeah, we haven't seen any mistakes like this from Morikawa. so far.
He'll have that putt for par. Hovland will have a birdie putt to win the hole. Back over to Morikawa.
Had a good look at this. He's up and over the slope. Disappointing, really. I thought he might have taken a little bit more of a chance with a pitch. It's a slow one uphill, right to left, pretty much all the way. And we've Hovland inside about 15 feet. This has probably got to go in just to have half a chance. Big breaking putt.
Morikawa on the tee at the 15th.
Yeah, it's just a long, straight hole, this. Really is. Just a fairway sits up a little bit, but it's just a complete straight fairway. That can sometimes be more tricky than anything. That finds a bunker.
Well, this is a nasty spot, isn't it, for Morikawa at the 15th.
She's going to chop it forward. Morikawa try to save par from the fairway.
Back to 15, third shot for Morikawa.
Yeah, this needs to get in close. Wouldn't surprise you if it came in close. Yeah, that's a good shot.
One in landing. See the shot? Yeah, I want it landing.
As we head to 16 and Morikawa.
Right edge of the score. Right edge of it, right? What are you saying? Left edge of like the names. Oh yeah, right in the middle of the names is a good finishing spot for sure. I'm looking at those flags that they're calling. I got it mostly off the right, so I think this is plenty of. Just commit to your shot, all right? Give it some room.
Just on the ropes a little bit, Morikawa. Lost the last two holes. 263 here. As the flag just flutters slightly from the right. Just a sensational finish. 5, 3, 4. But I think he might need better than that.
That's a tricky shot.
Up steps the Open champion and produces that. Morikawa to win the hole.
Yeah, and a great chance right to left. Unbelievable second shot, never really left the pin. And after a couple of giveaways, has to get him back ahead and show the class we all know he has.
That's good, Collin.
That looked good until the very end. I mean, we've seen some gravity-defying putts on both sides.
Just see the roar as Morikawa pulls the club out the bag. He hasn't even hit it yet. It's incredible. He's over on the other side of the tee. He sees it differently. A couple of different shapes in play. More ways than one to do it. 5-iron for Morikawa here. Needs to really get some elevation, try and get some spin on this.
Thomas, I don't know about you, but that's a long 5-iron.
It's a very good 5-iron. It's an excellent 5-iron from Collin Morikawa. Look at that.
Amazing stuff.
Well, if this is where it happens, if this is where they secure the Ryder Cup victory, what a way to do it.
And a fitting person to do it in Morikawa, youngster, PGA champion, Open champion, current Open holder.
Potentially a leader of the next US Ryder Cup era.
Yeah, he really does sum up this US Ryder Cup team with everything that he gives to it. But there's 3 or 4 of them in this team that are going to be around for a long time. They're excellent golfers. They're going to dominate the world of golf.
should have just a little right to left in it. I would assume that Morikawa just has his head down trying to win his match. He probably doesn't understand the multitude of the historic moment should he hold this.
No, he might not be aware. Certainly other people will be aware. Steve Stricker will be aware. He'll be somewhere watching this if he's not by the green.
Here we go. Never, ever in doubt. He goes one up, one to play. That guarantees the United States a half point. And that is going to be enough for this uber-talented American team to win this Ryder Cup. As we head up to 18, and Collin Morikawa one up on Victor Hovland.
Wind out of the left, all to play for these two. Find the fairway. Just tap that nail down a fraction more for Morikawa.
Right, up to the 18th. To Victor Hovland and Collin Morikawa. Hovland in the fairway, Morikawa in the right rough. Going through his numbers. You can see what's ahead of him. It's reminiscent. It's not too far away from where the flag was yesterday, is it? And we saw the problems that Bernd Wiesberger had coming off this bank out of the rough.
It's a really bad angle. I mean, your only hope, I would think, Anthony, is to kind of play it up the gap there in the right center.
Yeah, he's got quite a good clean lie, Jay, but it's going to take something pretty special. 233. It's downhill, but only 4 or 5. So it's going to take a big shot. We all know he's a big-time player, but this is going to take all his guts and determination here. Hovland's sitting pretty in the middle of the fairway, just a peachy lie, looking straight at it.
You like hitting a flat, right? You let it go with the slope. Right at the edge of that. Go shot. He's getting nice and good. Straight in. It's not going to move as much, though, huh?
I'm not sure you can get any more fans behind and to the right of him. They're all expecting something special here. Big green, very, very undulating. But I think he'll do well to hit it.
He's lost that one, hasn't he, to the right-hand side.
That's a good miss, though. Opens up the green. Plenty of green to work with to pitch. That was the safety net right down there.
This should be for his 6th single win.
3 up, 3 to play against Tony Finau. Let's go down to the 18th and the 3rd shot here for Morikawa. Anthony.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't left it in a particularly good spot. Coming up and over the slope, it's a really difficult one. I think he's going to have to run it, try and skid it up and over. If he pitches it long, it's a difficult one. It's a tough up and down.
He's just good. He made a hard shot look easy. He's done it all year. He did it at the Open at Royal St. George's. Seemingly unfazed by the occasion.
It does mean that Victor Hovland will have a putt to get a tie out of this match and a half point. There we go. Slightly downhill.
It is a little downhill, and the way the pitch was going a little left to right, he'll be grinding on this one. He wants to win this in style.
Well, there is the half. A tied match between Morikawa and Hovland. That's the right way for that one to end, you feel. But it is the crucial point, and the United States of America have won the 43rd Ryder Cup with that half point. Let the celebrations begin. As we've mentioned, they've had some rough old times in Ryder Cups over the last 20, 30 years or so, the Americans, and they can savour this one. And what has actually been, right from the start, a wonderful performance.
To watch another Ryder Cup video, click here. To subscribe, click here.